Yours is a more interesting story, anyway.
Well, of course. I moved to Tribeca because that was where you could find a cheap space. So people we knew were moving into this area, which was not called Tribeca yet.
Just lower Manhattan?
Nobody
really
knew.
Didn't have
It was nothing. It was just lower, far down there. How do you live down there? It's so far away. It's so scary.
But there were artists down here at that time. You know, people had already started moving down here.
Yeah. When they were building the World Trade Center and they had to dig a big hole to put it in, all that stuff became landfills, which was part of the plan to build this tall building and expand the size of Manhattan Island. This debris, whatever they were using, they finally covered it over with a coating of what was like sand on top. And so there was this big open space with sand. And so that became the beach. And then people started making sculptures, and then there would be performances or doing things, and then it just got dubbed Art on the Beach because that's kind of what happened. They put out a beach and the artists just started using it.
Can you tell the story about the cheese?
So there were some food places, they were exporters, right?
Importers.
Importers of food. Like at the end of the day, if they had cheese left, they would leave it out knowing we would take it. So we were getting wheels of brie, would just be untouched, would be piled up there. And the people who were working there I think they were the only people who were aware that there were people living here. How did you find this building?
I got it in 1975. I moved in 1976. I was looking for another studio, and I found out that our landlord had this place. The deal was second, third, fourth, fifth floor, 4 floors for $100 a floor. The problem was there was no gas, water, or electricity, and there had been a fire on this floor. And on the 4th floor, where your studio is, as you recall when we first came over here, there was no floor. No floor in there at all. And it was a fixer-upper, but it was a good deal.
When did you know you wanted to be an artist?
I was working at the Guggenheim, and I would come in the morning and take the elevator to the top and walk down the spiral and make sure that no work had been damaged or stolen overnight. That was before heavy security. So I was able to, look at great art every day. Mm-hmm. It just was something I realized I needed to do. I'm using repetition and repeating a mark, engaging with color in a certain way that my eyes are just filled with color. Sometimes it feels kind of magical,
Well, I don't think you want to become an artist. I think you are an artist or you're not. I don't think you have a choice. That's sort of the problem. I really believe it's innate in your DNA of who you are. Painting is definitely an altered state, there's no question. When I'm painting, I'm just very absorbed, very focused, and I try to just let the painting speak to me. So for me, it's like a dialogue with the painting itself. And I try to let the painting tell me what it wants to be.
Tell us a story about how you fought for us to stay here.
So what happened was artists like us moved into Tribeca and developed the neighborhood, and then the neighborhood became popular with people with a lot of money, and they started moving in, and landlords realized they could be getting a lot more money for their spaces than they were getting from these artists. However, they had invited the artists in to invest in the building like you did and your partner did, and so many other people did. They put in sweat equity and real money to take these rundown old factory buildings and make them into livable spaces. So landlords started throwing people out, and then there was this big legal case, and it was settled that they couldn't throw people out willy-nilly, but they didn't make it easy. You had to prove that this was your primary residence 10 years prior. The court case took 8 years. It took 5 for me to get all the documents needed. We won our case. Do you remember the first time we met? This is our classic history.
Yes, I do. I was walking down the street, Lafayette Street, and there was a restaurant, and I looked in the window and I saw my friend Gary Rich sitting across the table from him was you. Gary knocked on the window and said, "Come in." So I came in and sat down, and he introduced me to you. And we chatted for a while, and then I think I went on my way.
And then I went to your opening at the Whitney.
Oh, that's right. I had a
with
show.
Gary's girlfriend.
What did you think of me the first time we met?
Oh, I thought you were adorable. Are you kidding? You called me up and you said, "Did you want to meet up at Puffy's for a drink?" We didn't know this about each other, but we're both so into dancing. And Puffy's had like a jukebox,
Yeah.
and it was on my corner. It was one of those bars in the neighborhood that people went to.
One of the three.
One of the 3 bars. And we went to Puffy's and started dancing. And that was the kicker.
The rest is history.
The rest is history after that. Yeah. What do you think is unique about being in love with another artist?
On a basic level, we're involved in a very kind of profound way in what we're doing, and there's an understanding of each other's work.
It's that someone really understands what it means to do what you're doing and the difficulties and the ups and the downs of it. When did you fall in love with me?
Whoa. Maybe when we started dancing. That was the beginning.
Yeah.
And it kind of grew from there. I mean, that was a strong connection. Looking back, if we could do all of this over again, is there anything you would change?
I love my husband very much, and we have a great relationship. And we have 2 adorable granddaughters. Happy with my work and able to make it.
Given that the reality of our situation, I think
we did the best we could.
Yeah.
We got to stay here.